The universe is saying today to you that the new ground is forming under your feet. You're stepping into a new territory where something you've been maybe dreaming about or visualizing or planning for such a long time is slowly starting to shape. You're starting to see the first manifestations of it, and you're slowly stepping into it. So what this time is encouraging you the most right now to be very strong, very courageous in taking new steps, because you're breaking the old illusions, the old beliefs. You're breaking the old stories that have been saying to you that it's not possible for you, or the old ideas that have been saying to you, you will never be able to achieve it, or you will never be able to step out of the past situation or where you used to be, what was familiar to you. Now you're slowly stepping into something that was your heart's desire. Maybe it's not a big thing, maybe it's just a beginning of something new. Maybe it's a reshaping of your identity. Maybe it's stepping to a new field. Maybe it's a new career or beginning of a new career. Maybe it's a new job. Just yesterday I've seen a comment, somebody said, for 8 months I've been looking for a new job, and just yesterday I got, 8 new job opportunities and one really serious one or something like that. So this is the product of this time right now. So what you need to pay attention to, well, I will share with you 5 different things to pay attention to today. And it's kind of the extension of previous messages, but because every single day the stream brings us more information, the guidance can be clear. So today, when I was tuning into today's energy, I've been seeing different pictures. So yeah, I'm an artist, and that's how I usually receive messages. And then when I really dive deeper what they mean, I get certain thoughts. So I will share everything with you. But the first picture that came to me, well, are you ready for this? So the first picture was kind of a golden river, kind of a river of light. And the thought was, help people to see it, help people to see the stream of a river. It's kind of a river of change where you decide consciously, you take responsibility to change into the version of yourself that resonates with you the most. So many people on this planet right now are actually changing their lives because they've recognized the way they used to live was too boring or too outdated or too strict with certain illusions that are not their truth. So many of you, maybe that's you, my friend, is that you? So many people are now changing their lives, your lives, according to your truth, like what you feel in your heart that would be the best for you. So maybe you've started looking for a new job, maybe you've started building your own job, maybe you've started, a new career that's based on self-expression, that's based on creativity, that feeds your soul on fire, that makes you feel truly alive, and you're now slowly stepping into it, even if it requires from you to kind of gather all the courage, all the strength that you have. You need to know that you're not alone here. So another picture that I've seen was a hand. So it was like a support. You're supported, you're guided at this point. Even if you feel you're alone, you have the whole army of ancestors in your DNA that is kind of celebrating you. You don't see that because you are kind of caught in your 5 senses of this third dimensional reality. But beyond these 5 senses, you live on higher realms where all your ancestors that used to walk this path before you are helping you energetically, are guiding you through intuition. So there's another thing that I will share later that is connected to intuition. So what is the first thing I wanted to say here related to support and connection with your ancestors, connection with this guidance that you're receiving from the universe right now, is that you're experiencing breakthroughs at this moment. You're experiencing maybe emotional breakthroughs, maybe mental breakthroughs. So see what resonates here with you. But what I'm noticing is that a breakthrough is usually not what we expect it to be. Sometimes it starts mentally, like we suddenly start to think about higher possibilities for us. So we are not so locked in a familiar thinking cage. Sometimes a breakthrough is that a book finds us, that introduces us to a new way of thinking about a certain situation, and then if we act upon it, we experience real breakthroughs. Sometimes it's an emotional breakthrough where you are able to speak up about something that you've suppressed for such a long time. And sometimes it's having a new dream, that a new dream finds you, that really inspires you so deeply that you recognize, oh, I can't hold myself back anymore. I don't want to be maybe locked in this situation anymore. Now I'm ready to level up. Now I'm ready to fully gather all my strength, all my power, and take action with it. So all the emotional weight is lifting. All the emotional weight is lifting, and you may be feeling a bit lighter. So as we are walking through the days, you may be feeling a bit lighter. So don't be perfectionist about it. My friend, take it easy. Take it easy. Don't be too hard on yourself if you think, oh, I'm still feeling these burdens, or I'm still feeling this fear. Yes, of course, but reflect on your past. Are you feeling less of it? Are you feeling more courage? Are you feeling more trust? Are you feeling a bit lighter? You see, the point with that river that I saw was that you maybe don't just jump into it because of all the past fears that you had for your life. Maybe you firstly put a finger in it to see how it feels, and then you experience some of this good energy. When I've started, my art journey, around 8 years ago when I've started painting, I went all in because I am this kind of a person. I just go all in with anything that finds me. But when I talk with other people, I never say to them, go all in with whatever you feel. I say to them, go in your pace, because your pace is the best pace. What you feel or how you feel, you should kind of step into this new life of yours. Go in your pace, because it will be the best for you. If you follow someone else's advice, well, it's their advice. It's what worked for them. You need to follow your own soul. You need to follow your own intuition and see how stepping into that river of change would be the best for you. So maybe it's like putting a foot into it and then making few steps backwards and moving into old life. So the old life reminds you why you don't want to stay there. So this is all the kind of part of this time right now. It's what's dissolving right now is what no longer aligns. So pay attention for the things that are maybe leaving you slowly. It's not aligned with your energy anymore. So whatever losses you've been experiencing, it's meant to happen this way because it's not aligned with who you are becoming. The thing is that in your core, your energy is changing. It is getting stronger and you feel it. And the sign of it is that you feel a greater trust in your intuition. So the second thing I wanted to share here today is that because of all these changes, you're slowly shattering old illusions. So what you are seeing is more truth. You're seeing reality more as it is, not as you've been told. And this is a very deep process. So what I've seen about this was a very strong tree. And sometimes people say tree has twice as long roots as branches. So it was a strongly grounded tree, which means what's important about this time for you is to stay grounded so you can hold your space. It's something we've been talking in previous videos, but it's just so important. Whatever you're doing through the day, stay grounded. Stay grounded. When you lose yourself, the point is that you don't become too chaotic. Your energy doesn't become too shattered or too all over the place. You move through life, you do what's important or what you have to do, but you make sure that you stay grounded. You can meditate on it. You can just imagine how your roots are always connected with the earth. The point is that you imagine yourself like a tree, because sometimes you may be saying to yourself, I'm weak, I'm not strong enough, I can't do it. Imagine a strong tree. Every time these thoughts come, those are not your thoughts. Those are some collective thoughts of collective weakness. Those are not your thoughts. It's not your energy. In the core, you're such an incredible force that nothing can move you. In the core, you're such an incredible force that all the universe is kinda cherishing you, celebrating you. You are such an incredible force, but if you don't believe in it, this is your real reality. If you don't believe in your own force, in your own core force of your soul, then, well, all the weak forces can move you. You see, the collective thoughts, the collective energies, those are quite powerful forces, but they have nothing towards your core force. You are so strong, and that's why I believe I saw this strongly grounded tree that reminds you of your power. Maybe you can imagine a willow tree. That's what I see, A willow tree is kind of dancing to the wind, but it's staying where it is. But then later I saw in the branches there were brain, and at the place where it meets the ground there was heart. So it reminded me of heart-brain coherence, which is a very powerful state that helps us to cultivate our own electromagnetic field. Yesterday I reminded you of that. Atoms, whole reality is built out of atoms in the third dimensional reality. Everything is built out of atoms. And atoms are influenced by magnetic fields. This is known from physics and quantum physics. So atoms are influenced by magnetic fields, and your heart produces 5,000 times stronger magnetic field than your brain. And thoughts are shaping and informing this field. So it's very important how you think about yourself and how you think about your future. And because you're slowly separating from your old identity, you're becoming something new. It's very important that you're clearly defined where you're going. You have this clarity around where you're going. So what is very important right now, my friend, listen to this. What is very important is that you have this clarity around goals. So at the time of the new moon, I talked to you that this is a great time to create a new vision board. That's also what I did. And now I see why, because more we are going forward with these energies, more clarity is important. Clarity is like your soul guidance right now. You receive heart's desire. In your heart, you receive it. This is a very strong signal. But then mentally, you need to really identify what you feel. This is something we've been talking yesterday. Clarity around your emotional sensations, like what you truly feel in your heart, what inspires you the most, who you want to become. And then you create kind of a vision board out of it, so you can be clearly sure this is where I'm going. Universe is not like, oh, you will receive all of that. You will receive so much more. But if you don't have clarity, the point of this clarity is that you're not too shattered. That when you're living your life, you move into this direction, not a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. You're not just scrolling on maybe YouTube and just watching whatever. You know exactly what to watch. Yesterday, I told you, eliminate distraction, eliminate too many choices. This is also connected to right now, because when you're becoming more clear with what is real, you're actually becoming more clear of that vision of the future, because that is your reality. Your reality is not what they're talking about. Your reality is not what's been shared on the news. Your reality is not what your parents said to you. Your reality is what you feel deep inside that is real for you and what you want to manifest in this life. This is your reality. And more you believe in it, more you put it into action, more you organize plans out of it. Eliminate distraction. Replace distraction for education of how to accomplish it, and then take action with it. More you do it, my friend, more you start cultivating this new energy that will slowly slow down the frequency of that dream, of that vision into reality. And that's where you will fully let go of the old illusions and you will meet your new reality. The third part to this energy today is that you're embodying more of the responsibility for reshaping your reality and your identity, which is something that you're most probably noticing in this time. Like in the past, you've been waiting somebody else will save you, or you've been hoping that something outside of you will maybe inspire you to change, or you've been just waiting that something will change, that somebody will just invite you for a new job opportunity or something like that, or money will just come out of nowhere. But now you're really taking your responsibility, because one thing in this universe is that you have a free will, and free will must be practiced. It must be trained. It's also one of the reasons why Soul came here at this time, to really master the free will, because in the past people were not mastering their free wills, maybe 1% or even less. People were just doing what they've been taught to do. But in this time, due to all the capabilities that we have because of this time, we are truly practicing our free will. We're now seeing what it means to really be in control of how we're living our lives. Like what it means when we have all this power. Do we use it for something constructive, for building something? It's time for building. This is what I'm constantly getting. It's time for building. Are we building something, or are we just using our free will to distract ourselves and feed ourselves with all the nonsense and toxicity and whatever is just being presented to us? So when we're breaking all the illusions and building a stronger will for life, we're noticing that we're becoming more maybe sensitive to a feeling of resonance. So we can easily see what resonates with us and what doesn't resonate with us, which means we gain a sense of discernment. We can discern what is for us and what's not for us, what holds the truth for us and what doesn't hold the truth for us. So the thing is that somebody may say to you, hey, watch that video. You open that video and you're like, well, it doesn't resonate with me. Because you have your own sense of discernment, you can easily see what speaks to you and what doesn't, and you need to listen to it, because once again, it's how you know something is on your frequency. You can imagine yourself as you have a very unique spectrum of frequency, and what is in that spectrum of yours is what's meant for you, what will speak to you. Like, you know, we all listen certain music, but I listen music that puts my soul on fire, that inspires me, and to someone else that music would be garbage maybe. I don't know. It's that you recognize, this is what I feel. You're gaining more responsibility over your own senses. So another thing that I sense is also that your intuition is increasing, that your maybe clairvoyance, clairsentience, just all these spiritual senses are increasing. And if you're paying attention to how you're becoming more aware of them and also how you're using them and expressing them, it's like your life would be responding to it immediately. Every time you follow your intuition, it's like life gives you a feedback immediately. Like when I do certain positive changes in my life that are according to what I feel, I experience incredible synchronicities, and that's how I know that I'm doing the right thing. So synchronicities are loud. This is something that we've been talking yesterday. If you're feeling this, it means you're aligning with the energy. If you're not feeling this, just ask yourself, is there something you've been feeling intuitively, but you've been ignoring it? because there's the key to a new life. There's the key to a new territory that is opening for you. So the point is just that you take some quiet moments in your day and really listen to it. Heart-brain coherence. If you don't know what it is, it means that you slow down your breathing. It's a practice where you slow down the rhythm of your heart. So your body goes out of reacting to the world to a sense of kind of more pace. You slow down your breathing. By slowing down your breathing, you give a signal to your nervous system that you're safe, that everything is okay. And as you're focusing on your heart, you're placing all your attention into your heart. As you're placing your attention into your heart, now all your energy is in your heart. And you know, your heart was the first organ that was born in your mother's womb. After 21st day, it started beating. So your heart knows exactly how to return back into pace, how to return back into a state of being home. But you need to allow it to happen. So when you are in your heart now and you've slowed down your breathing, now you can think about something nice, something beautiful. So call up positive emotions like gratitude or happiness or joy. And now as you've elevated these emotions, now heart will send a signal to the brain that your life is safe, you're safe. And you see, in your brain, you have different areas for anxiety and different areas for overthinking and different areas for anger and frustration. But when heart sends a signal to the brain that you're safe, all these areas start synchronizing and suddenly you don't overthink anymore. Suddenly you don't overanalyze anymore. Suddenly you're not anxious anymore. Suddenly all areas of the brain kind of harmonize and we experience what science calls brain coherence. Your brain will go into alpha brainwave frequency and later into theta brainwave frequency, where your heart and brain will unite. And that's when your brain starts producing healthier chemistry, healthier hormones, and you start to feel really connected. That's why I've seen this tree with heart and brain, because it reminds us how to create a very healthy electromagnetic field that will influence your world to really bend to your vision of the future. Because when you are in this beautiful state, then you can call up that intention for your life, that vision, that clarity that you have for where you're going, my friend, and you will start manifesting it. And this is leading us to the fourth thing I wanted to talk today about this energy. Your desires are aligning with your actions. So you're just beginning to see that through your actions, you're more and more aligned with the life you truly want to live. So it means that you're not thinking about it or just thinking about it anymore. You're not just dreaming about it anymore. You are now moving towards it. So maybe you've noticed that for the last few years you've been reading about law of attraction, or you've been reading about manifestation, and you've been trying and doubting a little bit. Now it's like you don't have any other chance. You want to put it onto a test. That's why you've gathered all the courage. You kind of embody the warrior spirit. So it's like now or never. Maybe you feel now or never. Now you're putting all your desires into a reality by acting according to them. So I've seen so many people really stepping into the game and doing everything that is in their power. And of course, at the beginning, we don't succeed. But the point is that we start moving. We start expressing ourselves. Like, you may be living in a place where your relationships are not aligned with what you want to see around you, like what you know that you deserve. And now you're setting strong boundaries, and now you're speaking up your needs. Now you're like, wait a minute, I don't agree with you, or whatever. And you're now embodying more of your energy, and you're quite amazed by how strong you are, because maybe your whole life you thought you're weak, or your whole life you thought you're not capable of that. Now you may be surprised by your own capabilities, and it only puts wood onto the fire of your soul, and you start wondering what else is possible for me. Is that you, my friend? Is that you? Does it resonate with you? Because I feel so many people will resonate with this. So if you've been waiting for the right time, this is your sign. The path is clearing. The path is clearing, my friend. Yes. Yes. So maybe this is also a sign to start. If you've been procrastinating, if you've been doubting, I've been talking in previous videos so much. There's a passionate energy. There's an energy that is pushing us forward, especially to the things that are really aligned with our desires, or things that we are passionate about. Maybe it's learning, maybe it's studying something new, maybe it's just, stepping deeper into the field that we've been interested about for such a long time, but now we want to be a part of it. Like maybe you've been watching this kind of videos and they were so inspiring to you, and now you've started doing something like that as well. Maybe this is you. I'm just, trying to put into words the most practical way of how this energy may be felt. And the fifth thing that comes with today's energy is balance is your gateway forward. So every time you balance yourself, you kind of create a portal into this future. Because one thing about that new life of yours, that new territory you're stepping in, is you will not get there through chaos or through forcing. You will get there through a balance. That's why most probably I saw that tree of heart-brain coherence, and there was this river of light. So every time you balance your energy, you step into this river of change, and there's this hand of support. And another thing I saw was like orange that was peeling off the outer layer, and it's like when you balance yourself, like that tree, when you ground yourself, you find this heart-brain coherence, you will start to feel support, you will start to feel that hand, and maybe you will experience it in a sense of your ancestors, or maybe you will experience it like God supports you, or maybe you will just feel the universe has your back. You will feel supported in that connected, aligned, grounded state, and that's where you will come across something very sweet inside of you. When you peel off the outer layer of yourself, maybe it's like a wall you've built around you that was protecting you from the potential danger. Now you're ready to peel it off because it was also protecting you from you discovering your gift, you discovering your talents, you discovering what you're capable of. Because one thing about your soul is that it is a being of abilities and capabilities. And in order to feel more alive in this life, you must keep discovering what you're capable of and what you truly can accomplish. So it means you must have a sense of direction. You must have some kind of goals, not for the sake of having goals, but for the sake of being inspired to walking towards something. And more your path is kind of clear, like you know exactly where you're going, more the universe can support you, because more of your energy is aligned directly towards something. So when your energy is aligned, everything will work in your favor, and you will not be losing so much of your energy. What is draining you from energy the most are distractions, are jumping too much from one thing to another, which happens because your mind doesn't have a direction. When your mind has a direction, it's like you would take an anchor from the past and you would throw it into the future, like almost like, when people are catching fish, they throw it into the future, they throw it somewhere in front of them. You kind of throw your anchor into the future and you see yourself being anchored into the future. You know where you're walking. My friend, are you listening? You know where you're walking. You are connected with that future, and now you're taking yourself there. And when distractions come, you're like, oh, I don't care. And a new distraction come, oh, I don't care. New attractive distraction come, oh, I don't care. You walk towards that future. That's how you align your energy. And balance is, you balance doing with being. You balance doing with being. This is very important. So there's time for doing, there's time for taking action, and then there's time for being yourself, being in the space, holding space, maybe resting, maybe meditating, maybe reflecting, maybe seeing what to improve, what to change, what to learn, what to do, what not to do, and then there's time for doing again. Being is also being with people you love. Being is also being in nature. Being is also not doing anything, but then doing is being disciplined with action. You may have a job, but then there's the job of your future that you're working on. So job is what helps you to survive right now, but doing something about your future is what will make your future the most incredible life you're stepping in, a new territory you're stepping in. So I'm wondering how many of you resonate with this, because I've been noticing so many people resonate with certain parts of these messages, and more I feel inspired to talk about this, more new information is coming in. So I'm very excited for everything that's coming in. Know, my friend, within yourself and in your relationships, always find some kind of a middle ground. Within yourself, find the middle ground. Like a tree that is very well grounded is only grounded because it's stable. Even if it's, maybe it's growing into a certain direction, it still has deeply rooted, root systems, so it can be stable, it can be strong. Doesn't matter how much life will take you into some kind of directions, if you have strong roots, nothing will pull you away from yourself. This is very important. And also in your relationships, always find some kind of a middle ground. You don't need to be right all the time, and they don't need to be right all the time. You can find the place where you love them even if you don't agree with them. And that's quite of a powerful thing to accomplish. You don't need to agree with everyone, but you can still love them for who they are and who they are becoming. The point is that you don't fight with others because they are different or because they're living different lives. You decide you will love them. You don't need some intellectual reason for that. Your heart is enough to love them. But love doesn't mean you maybe stay with them. Sometimes we practice kind of love on distance. Like, I love you, but your presence is not supportive to me, so I'm moving on, or something like that. The point is that you know what's best for your life, and then you can be a great support for others without losing yourself. Like yesterday I said to you, open your heart without losing yourself in it. So you can be loving, you can be supportive to others, but don't lose yourself in love and support to others, because then that's when it becomes draining. So you must be aware of your core, of your energy, and when it starts depleting, you know when to step back and take care of yourself. Find your center again, heart-brain coherence. Recharge yourself and ask yourself, are you still moving with the flow of this river of change? Or have you stepped outside just because of maybe wrong needs, of your mind's needs or your ego's needs that are pulling you astray out of fear? You see, in ancient times, they said there are two different emotions, fear and love. So it's the most simplified explanation possible. Just ask yourself, does this feed love or fear? Yesterday I said, does it feed harmony or chaos? And when you ask yourself, will this feed love or fear? Will this feed harmony or chaos? You will know the answer. Your intuition, you can train your intuition to speak in yes and no. And ask yourself, will this feed harmony or chaos? Will this feed love or fear? And you will find the answer. So I hope you found a great value today. I will leave you here. I also hope you've enjoyed in the whole journey. So much of information. So yes, beautiful one. And I also want to say big thanks to all of you for choosing to support my art. I'm also a painter as you can see paintings behind me. And I'm painting symbols that can support you on this journey, that can kind of help you to focus on what matters the most. So whatever painting resonates with you the most is the painting that has something to give you. So go and check it out. You can find it on the link in the description of this video, or AttractPassion.com. That's where you will find my paintings. They're available in prints, and also a few original ones are still available. Prints are in different sizes, so you can find the one that speaks to you the most. And also join us on our Patreon page for more exclusive content, guided meditations, community chat, and so much more. So see you there as well, and till next time, one love.